Welcome, Wapham crew, guys, gals, ghouls, friends, fiends, and foes, and otherworldly beings. Let's climb aboard the mothership, secure our tinfoil hats, buckle down tight, and hold on loosely as we soar over the rocky tops of the La Platas on a Rocky Mountain high, get sucked into the vortex of the Four Corners, and settle down snugly at mile marker 420 in Colorado. I'm your ghostess, TessaTNT, and I am broadcasting live from the Mile High Clubhouse tonight. So, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, wherever you may be listening from out there beyond the omniverse tonight. Um, it's an honor to have you guys and our guest tonight. We've got Psychic Chris Garcia on. It's going to be an awesome show. It's been a while since we've had him on, so there's a lot of stuff to talk about, and we're also doing free psychic readings. So if you're here, hopefully you'll get to call into that. We have the link scrolling down below, but I'll also put it in the chat room. That way you have that link to use to call in. And you don't have to use the camera. You can just turn the camera off and just use your voice. And that's a really good option. If you want to listen to any of our broadcasts or podcasts in your free time, whether you're working it, or working out, feel free to find us wherever you may listen to your broadcasts and podcasts, and you should be able to find us there. So Chris Garcia, if you don't know who that is a psychic, medium, empath, clairvoyant, clairsentient, clairaudient who also has the ability to see auras and has experience with remote viewing. He has had these God-given gifts since the young age of 5. Chris loves helping people and sensitive children with their gifts as well. And he is a tarot card reader and a ghost hunting enthusiast. So let's bring him on here. Welcome, Chris. Hello.
Hi. Yeah. No, but we were like talking, me and Tyson were talking about some weird stuff going on. Yes, there has been a lot of weird stuff. We can go like this is how we don't do the readings right away. We just catch up on a lot of stuff. I haven't talked to Tessa. It's been like a while. Um, I'm just happy that I'm here, and I was sick, guys, for a day or two, which I'm barely getting over it. Thank God. Uh, all I can tell you guys is to stay um, warm. If you don't have to go anywhere, don't go. I think everybody in the Great Plains, from Chicago to Minnesota, you name it, it's bad. I mean, they were even saying in 30 states. Some of us are getting snow. Oklahoma's got an inch of snow. It's so strange how all this is happening on top of the weather and what's going on with the world. Um, I just see it's sad. That's why I don't even like watching, the news. I only watch it is because of the weather. The weather's been kind of wonky, very strange to me. Um, I almost did not make it for the show, but I guess have angels protecting me. So Jesus, I bless them. I feel like every show I do, no matter who's or Tessa's most of the time, but other shows I've been on, I believe there's always a reason. I always believe that strongly, that I'm on for a reason. Don't know why until me and Tessa help people and find out that we're here and we guide, and we always get the same vibe most of the time. There's a few times where she's got a different vibe than me, but it's like we're on the same page. Um, I just find it very strange. So if you're sick, drink plenty of fluids, drink plenty of water. If you don't feel right and you just ignore it, don't go to urgent care so you don't have to go to the freaking hospital. Um, just know that it's just take care of yourselves. And okay, I've seen somebody's watching. Anyways, for the guys that don't know who I am, I'm from San Antonio. I've known Tessa for a long time. Psychic medium. He gave you a bio, but I'm just giving you a little 411. I do love paranormal investigations, walkthroughs, shamanism. I also do tarot. I can do mediumship, psychic readings, empathic, you name it. I can remote view. I haven't done that in a while. Um, I have so much to say. My breath is trying. I'm trying to catch up with everything going on. But how long have we known each other, Tess, so people can know how long we've known each other?
Um, I want to say 8 years.
That's crazy that you said 8 because 8 is very significant with my mom. That's my mom's birthday, the 8th of January. Now that there's no mistake in that number. I've been coming across 8s since the day she passed. Speaking of that, her anniversary was on the 19th, which has just passed. Um, I was like a freaking mess. I cried almost every day. But I think since it's going on 2 years, my spirit has gone up with accepting that there's nothing I can do and just know that she would want me to be happy. And now my attitude has changed in a lot of ways that you guys don't see on camera and off camera. Um, I've been just dealing with a lot, and I don't know who else could be watching. Um, but I can tell you right now, I've been having problems with neighbors. I'll
Oh,
just leave it at that. Yeah, we'll talk more
yeah.
when we're off air. Um, but it's gone to the point where since it's because last year wasn't as bad. Um, Bernie has seen a lot of change in people too, and she said it many times. I think last week and the week before that people have shown their true colors lately. And for Brittany, um, I'm very proud of her in more ways than one. Um, she's given people chances, and I'm very proud of her for that. I had no influence in that. We had a lot of issues with, which I don't want to discuss too much, but just put it this way: she had an issue with a friend of mine. Now they're getting along, and it's been just a weird coming year. We just lost a dog during the week of my mom's birthday. So now she's got her cat Boots and now my dog Zeus, or our pet Zeus. So thinking that the new year was going to be good, no, it wasn't good, period. So we actually started January very bad. I don't know if Britt, can you hear me, Britt? Are you watching the show or not? Because I've been talking about you for the past 2 minutes. That I'm proud of you. Anyways, um, but yeah, we've been going through a lot, Tess. It's just one thing after another. That's my saying. It never stops. Um, I could just imagine in Tessa's world, it's like behind all that smile, there's a lot of bullshit behind the scenes, like me. It's just we put in a smile like everything's fine, but we don't know until we are in that person's shoes. Isn't that right, Tess?
Yes, very true.
So that's what's going on in my world. Without saying so much, how have you been? Without saying so much.
Been doing good. Been door dashing a lot, and we finally got some snow. I think it snowed one time so far this winter. This would be our second snow, and we only got like an inch and a half. Could have been 2 inches, but once it settled, it was like an inch. But yeah, my daughter and I were doing DoorDash last night, and um, trying to get up the hill to the college to bring them munchies because they ordered like candy bars and stuff from the gas station. And one of the roads is
Wow.
like a 45-degree angle, and it's like, you know, like this. And I tried to get up it, I could not. So we had to do some maneuvering to, slide around. And yeah, I was showing her some of my tricks on the ice. And then I messaged the guy. I was like, "Hey, it's gonna take me a little bit because I got to take the other route," and we got stuck that way
Oh
too. There
my
was somebody
gosh.
stuck in the middle of the road, so we remaneuvered and went down a little lower and took a run at it, and we got up it finally. But yeah, that was fun. But yes,
Wow. So you've been dealing with a lot then, basically.
yeah, yeah, that wasn't so bad. That was pretty awesome. That was fun. But after that, I'm like, it's not worth it. We're probably going to get more college calls, and I don't want to go through that again. So we called it at like 12:30 or whatever in the morning. But yeah, it's not so bad here. It's just I don't know. For me, a lot of the stuff going on in the world today is really disturbing, especially in our country and what our president is doing and things like that. It's just really upsetting to me. And
Yeah,
not,
and I can agree on that. I'm not gonna sit there and say that I'm happy. I think we would get banned if I went a little bit further than how I feel. Uh, I think everybody, I don't know about everybody else's life, but I would have expected things to be a little bit better, I guess you could say, um, with every, everything that other people are dealing with. I really don't know how everybody else is doing. Uh, but it's like you said, it's very upsetting. Uh, and it's just really sad that people just don't get that kind of reassurance that everything's gonna be okay. Um, but that's what I see it. It's like what you said. You hit it right on the money. Uh, I'm not really happy with a lot of decisions that they've done, and the fact that they're allowing this. Um, but is you know, but other than that, it's insane. And
yeah,
like I've
I guess
always,
it was this morning that was a second killing shooting by ICE.
yes, yes,
And with the first shooting with that chick with the last name Good, I can't never remember her first name. But the FBI person that was investigating it and put it out there as a certain thing, she resigned because the government was telling her she needed to state it as something else, and she wouldn't do it, so she resigned. Like it takes a lot for you to resign from the FBI, when she just didn't agree with it morally and probably otherwise. But it's
yeah,
disturbing to me how many people are okay with fascism and um, I don't know all the craziness going on. It's just
yeah,
we're losing our rights and people don't realize it.
yeah. And it's funny you said about rights. A lot of people on TikTok had really surprised me with the names that they've been calling these ICE people. One of them, I can tell you, they called them a pig,
Mhm.
and they have actually said the "f you" with the agents, and they said, "I'll die. I don't give a shit." So I'm just like, and this is TikTok. This is a new um, page. This is a new. It's just I find it just so weird that people that, and I know they're not gonna like this. But I'm gonna say it anyway. You can't complain. You cannot say this is not what we asked for. This is not what we expected. We wanted America to be better. Well, I got news for you. This is who you voted for.
Mhm.
Now, as my words of saying it, suck it up, Buttercup, because this is what we're dealing with. I don't know how Tessa would say it, but I could say it any other way, but I'm just being more polite and being the psychic that I am, but I can say a whole bunch of shit, and I don't know about the YouTube. The YouTube won't like the way I talk. Um, but and like Tessa said, we have rights, and I'm gonna tell you what's fucked up. The rights that we know that we have rights out the door. It's out the freaking door. All the rights that we've known are out the door. So did they really care? You are the least of their worries. And one theory that got me thinking, if they're already federal agents, um, why do they have to wear a mask? What do
Yeah,
they have to hide? Personally, I don't think these are people that are so-called FBI, whatever, because FBI's don't do that shit.
they're
These
not,
are
and it's
people, and
they
you,
don't
oh, go
have
ahead, sir.
uh, they don't have high school degrees. They don't have the training they should have. They're just taking people that are into these really crazy, dumb things, and that can't even pass a test to do this job, and paying them an amount of money that they've never had before. So of course they're going to do whatever they're told. But yeah, it's crazy. They need to do a lot of things, but it doesn't matter what I say. Trump's going to do whatever the hell he wants to, and everybody that works for him is going to follow in suit because they're getting paid tons of money too. I mean, there's a lot of people with certain jobs in our government that shouldn't even have those. You know, it doesn't even make
Mm-mm.
sense.
No, it does not. And you know that's a sad thought that I think if my mom was around, my mom would be one to talk because they have gone so bad that they knock on your door and they have said it on TikTok, only on TikTok, not Facebook. Do not answer your door. Tell them your rights, and I'm gonna talk to a lawyer
You know
because you
what?
don't know
Today they passed it where they don't even have to have a warrant and they can forcibly enter your home.
what.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, and I just got goosebumps saying
Mm,
that. But yeah, seriously.
where did they say this? Was it just in one state or is it every state?
Um, every state, anywhere that ICE goes to round up people, they're allowed to force their way into homes because before people are like, this is private property, get off my property, things like that. No, they don't even have to have a warrant anymore. They can forcibly enter so they can break down your door, whatever they need to do to get in there and get whoever they're looking for. And they're taking parents and leaving kids. Like this poor 7-year-old girl was left in the middle of New Jersey, because they took her dad and they just left her on the streets there. They went out to get dinner. They took them,
Wow.
left her. Then another one that I saw recently, this boy, I think he was 5 years old. They used
Oh
him
my
to get
god.
his parents to come for him because they took the little kid, so the parents would come and get him. It's just crazy. I don't know. I can't believe that this is happening.
You know what, and I find that very upsetting because this is the child you're talking about. And just because they don't freaking get their way, they're gonna sit there and do that?
Mhm.
No. I totally disagree with that. I am I'm glad you told me about that because now, I mean, I lock my door, but they can cross the fence, but we can see them on camera. And I don't give a shit, I know what you said, but I'm not gonna open the door. If I'm
Yeah, and
gonna
if you
get
come
shot, if
trespass
I'm
on
gonna
my
get
property, I'm gonna shoot your ass. You know?
exactly because we do have that right. Because if you're coming
Mhm.
in like a terrorist, we have a right to shoot you. We have a fucking right to shoot you, and there's nothing you can fucking do about it. And sorry to say it that way, but it's a fucking truth. Who says that that we have to have a because you know what it is? It's power. And they think they have that little bit of power for people that are ignorant and stupid. You know, well, I'm sorry. Not everyone's gonna obey you and get on your knees and say, "Yes, master." No, I don't think so. Maybe in fucking movies and all that shit, but no. And I can tell you, it is pathetic to know that people are doing this shit. People are getting away with it, and I feel sorry for that person you told me about, that child. What are they gonna do without their parents? Who's gonna feed them? Are you gonna fucking do it?
Some freaking chomo can go freaking kidnap him and you'll never see him again. Like, luckily, people saw what happened and saw her there just crying her poor little eyes out. But It's crazy. Trump hasn't even okay, it's been a year. He's made billions of dollars this year. He got a jet from the Middle East and he is revamping a bunch of things on there. He's going to take it with him when he goes, but guess what? He's using our tax money, even though he has billions of dollars now. He's using our tax money to work on his stupid little jet he got, which he's going to take with him anyways. And he's using our money to pay ICE. He's using our money to pay for these wars. He's using our money to support genocide over in Israel and Gaza. Now we have genocide over here, basically. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I don't know. And people don't realize that people that are so brainwashed, they don't even see it and they will fight to the very end. But, the government's getting what they want. They want us to be separated. I'm not a
And
Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I don't
and I
associate with
remember,
any of that.
and I'm gonna tell you like this. I know I told you Amy's gonna come on. Well, Amy had reminded me I had a dream, and I don't know if I remember telling you. Let's see if we refer. I'll just give you a little flashback. This was maybe about 8 years ago, maybe 9. I'm just guessing. We were captured. We were in the back of a building. When I peeked up, there was wood. You look further, there was nothing but woods. There was no there was no freaking buildings. You even went to the back. It had barbed wire all around it. Okay? And where we were, there was like brick. It was red brick, and I remember very well. So then everybody's like, Chris, what are you doing? I said, I'm trying to get the fuck out of here because I want to see where we're at. Because
Mm-hmm.
they would have to probably open the gate for us to be. And if we weren't tied, we were just, well, we could walk. But if we had gone over the barbed wire, then they would know, or they maybe had a shock or whatever. So I climbed over the building, went to the top, and it was like this, like an A-frame. When I got to the top, I could see the people that I've been coming back, and I said, "Yeah." Little I find out that I never came back for them, and I'm gonna tell you why. Well, when I looked down, I could see them. The frame was like this. So then it started getting flat. So I ended up on the other side. There were steps. On the other side of the building, it looked like a medical building. It had like tinted windows. I swear this shit looked like a fucking hospital. Because when I ended up on the other side, the doors were like, zoop, zoop. So I go in the freaking building, zoop, zoop, and I'm just in the building, right? And I'm like, fuck, where the fuck am I at? This is not the way it is on the other side. So I end up in the building, a counter table with no computer, but that was the first thing I thought. I was like, this shit looked like a freaking hospital. So I'm just looking all around. There was like two men and women bathrooms, but there was nobody, receptionist, no helper, no nothing. I'm just there walking around, scooping the area out, and a black car was in the building, but it was parked in the center, and I thought, that would be a parked car inside this freaking building. All of nowhere, I hear whistles. He got out, and I'm all just like, all these people in tuxedos, men in
Run with
black.
that, Chris. Just
Came.
run.
Yeah, I ran, and get this, Tessa. I ran out from the parking lot right when I entered where the tree was. This building disappeared. That's when I woke up, and I told Amy about this dream, and she goes, "Do you remember when you said something about people being in camps? That's exactly what's going to happen. If we follow the rules, we're all going to be divided by Mexicans, blacks, whites, and then they're going to categorize it by they know who we are. Like for example, psychics together, if we're lucky, and we're all going to be divided by race. But I think not all of us are going to be. I think ones that they're going to be more worried about is people like me and Tessa. The ones that will open their mouth and won't do what they fucking say. unless you have a gun to your head, but you have no right to do that
Yeah.
because I haven't done shit to you. But I will tell you this. With that being said, if I got away, I'd rather be gone because I don't want to, being a prisoner. No. And I remember telling people about this many, many years ago. There's gonna be barricades in the future, and I said there's gonna be barricades in your neighborhood, and there's gonna be tanks with soldiers walking. That hasn't happened yet. But the way
Mm-mm.
I look at the way everything is, it's getting very close to that because they already have tanks. And I want to send you pictures of what Amy sent me that there's tanks coming on trains, Tessa, going to Minnesota. Why
Yeah.
do they need
And
tanks for?
this has been going on since the beginning of any freaking government. Like, there are powers in play behind everything. Yeah, Trump's the president, and yeah, Trump's really messed up and doing all this stuff, but there's puppet masters behind the curtains that have been working on this for a very long time. And uh, so we're the superpowers. Superpowers in the past are always overthrown. We're at the point where every superpower has been, where our monetary value is going down to nothing. We owe other countries because we are so in debt. Our money doesn't mean anything, really. But yeah, that's the next step. It doesn't matter your race. They've already pitted us against each other. Um, Democrat, Republican, whoever the crap you are, they pitted us against each other. Just look at families and friends. People are blocking each other because of their different viewpoints and stuff. I mean, I remember back in the day when we could actually talk about politics and religion and different things like that, and then go on and have dinner and still be cordial. You can't do that anymore because people get so offended because of the way, I don't know, the belief system is these days. It's just mind blowing to me that
And
even some of this.
it's funny that you said that because you know what I think? I don't want to predict this because I know that when I say shit, it always comes true. But Tessa really got me thinking, what did we do owe money to a lot of countries?
We do.
The United States is the most powerful country out of all over the world. But did you ever think about this, guys? What if we are prisoners are in our own United States? 50 states. Not just one, 50 states. And how much you want to bet that who's behind it? I can give you a pretty good idea. You want me to tell you? Russia.
I know we owe China. China has given us tons of money.
And it's sad to say it because it's not our responsibility to pay them back, though, Tesla. That's not
No,
our
it's not.
fault.
Mm-mm.
That is the government's thing. Why do they have a right to touch our freaking money that we worked for? Does anybody have any views? I don't know if anybody leave comments in the show, but where do they fucking have rights to touch our fucking money? Why? Where does it say, oh, we can touch your money because, you know, we need some of your money because we can't pay it because the government doesn't have that much? Well, think about it, dumbass. You're giving it to the freaking war. You're giving it to these, not to disrespect the people, but the Ukraine. I can understand Ukraine to an extent, but we can't support everybody. We can't even support ourselves. What makes you think we can give money to the other people? We can't do it. We can barely deal with ourselves. And then you want to give us money like we're just giving money coming out of our ass? Sorry. But that's
I
just
wish.
how I see it. If money grew on trees, I guarantee you nobody would have to fucking work. But I'm just saying the flat out truth. And it is really upsetting that our rights are completely gone. And $100, it's nothing anymore. Just going to freaking groceries. You come out with
Mhm.
you're buying like maybe 10 items, $200.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's
Trump.
sad.
Every promise that he made to us, he basically made to himself because, like I said, he's made billions. He's got how many jobs now? He's even the president of Venezuela. How many jobs does he have? There's supposed to be millions of new jobs for everybody. There's not. Um, Groceries are supposed to be cheaper. They're not. They just continue to go up, just like the rent. They've made it this way because it is slavery. They want it to where nobody owns their property. Everybody's working their lives away, so they have no time for their family or anything. And the family bond is supposed to be one of the biggest things you have, you know. But families are so torn apart these days because parents aren't there to raise their kids, and kids are, being taught by the internet and so many different things, and it's just, I don't know, it's terrible, and it's going to get worse, and it's really sad and scary. So like we've said before, stock up on your groceries and your water and your blankets and your clothes and your guns and your bullets and everything you can, because it's going to get worse.
Mm-hmm. And you know what's crazy about all this? A lot of the stuff that I see, I always used to doubt my gifts, but the more I see, the more that Tessa remembers, the more that Amy remembers. Everything I've said is coming out, and the more validation, the more creepy, the more stuff I witness. It is scary when you can see shit that hasn't even happened yet. When I had predicted all this stuff is when my mom was around still, but no one believed me. Now you see it for your own freaking eyes. Tanks everywhere, military jeeps everywhere. Why
Yeah.
does it have to be in our own home American soil when that shit should be in other countries? What is it that we're the terrorists now? That's just
Yeah.
kind of creepy saying. That just gives me chills just saying that. And our own
Yeah.
soil?
And we're going after Greenland for what? Like, that's going to mess up the whole NATO thing. And I don't know. It's just insane. He's ruining everything that this country has accomplished. And it's just disgusting. None of us are going to benefit from it except for him and his cohorts.
Yeah. And I can tell you right now, I do have my cards out. If you want to know, or if you have any questions, like Tessa said, if you want the link, or if you're texting me, you want a link, you can come on. You don't have to show your face. Um, if you know the question, we can help you out and see what we can help you with. Now, if you want to talk about things that we kind of like hit you with a nerve, you can bring it up. Um, and any other point of views that you might throw out there that maybe we're not aware of or that we are aware of that you can point out to. Maybe I think the more people watch the show, the more people can learn that all this is deceiving and they're taking advantage of us.
Yeah.
So it's
And,
sad to say it. Go ahead, Tess.
go ahead. Well, I was just going to say, I've been talking to different people online about this. I don't know if you have the Nextdoor app, but instead of being on Facebook and other places, I've been on there because that's, our community. Start small, go large. And everybody, like I said, because of politics and everything, are just at each other's throats. But I was talking about how they're dividing us. And even Disney and Pixar had it right with, I don't know if you've watched the movie Ants or what was it? Bugs Life. Both of those are educational. Like, if you have kids, let the kids watch it. But even adults, I think the Bugs Life is more adult oriented than Ants, but watch both of those. Yeah, haha, it sounds like a joke, but no, check it out, because that shows how we were separated and segregated into different factions. So the people that are trying to oppress us have the upper hand. But if we all work together, we have the upper hand. We, the people. This is our country. It shouldn't be up to a small group of people that are in Trump's pocket. It's up to us, and we need to band together. And I'm super proud of all the people that are coming together and fighting against this because it's BS. I don't know if you saw the guy driving around with the V for Vendetta mask on with a big Trump fuck Trump flag in his back of his truck. I kept giving that guy a thumbs up because I was doing DoorDash that day and I kept seeing him, and then disappeared. And shortly after he disappeared, you wouldn't believe how many cop cars were down there just sitting and waiting for him to come back on Main Street. But he never showed back up.
What?
Yeah, and I was like, what
Wow.
the hell are they doing? I thought they weren't in on this like ICE. I thought they had nothing to do with this. Why are you here? What are you waiting for? Like that weirded me out. I didn't get it because I thought they weren't in on it supposedly, but they are. You've
Wow.
been backing ICE up. They're supposed to be protecting us, not ICE.
Yeah.
This is a
That's
new. It's like the Fourth Reich. ICE.
that is sad. It's really sad that you're saying all that. I do have that Nextdoor app, but I don't know how to add people on there. So if you want to tell me, Tess, you can text me, send me the text through Messenger, and I can add you so we can talk on there. Um, and we can talk more about that later.
Yeah, I
But
mean
it,
that's
but it,
enough of that
but it,
BS.
yeah, but it really is sad that people need to start opening their eyes. It really is, and just being intuitive and knowing that it's just one person like me and Tessa, or me and Amy, or me and Brett, or whoever. We can't do this alone. We cannot do this alone. No matter how gifted we are, I think if we come in numbers without hurting anyone, I think if they knew that there's a lot of people that want to help, they would listen. But if
Yeah,
we just don't try and you show fear, then they're technically winning because nobody's standing up for their rights. No one's standing up for their property. No one's standing up for their values of how much they had to work to pay their house, to car. We're technically have lost all our rights, and but it's just sad just to know that it's just a few of us out there. And I think some people do want to speak, but it's just a fear factor that really is the killer to that. Um, but it's just really sad, really really sad. So now I'm gonna go ahead and take these are called what I call the OBS cards, but
the
they're the
BS
name of these
cards.
cards. These are called the what is the T spill? I
Oh,
haven't used these in a while. So let's see what Spirit has to say about all this. So, Spirit, what do you have to say about all the BS that's going around the world without interfering with anybody else? Can you just give us a message? What is it that they're doing? Oh, that's kind of crazy. No money, no talk. That
mm-hmm.
explains that. That hits it right on the money. Okay, anything else? Anything else? Intimidating.
See,
That hit. There you go. Lies being spread.
mm-hmm.
That's another one. But I'm telling you, it's just. See what else do you have to say on the top card? Oh, no, that doesn't have nothing to do with that. But then again, it could be maybe marriage, but it can also be that maybe there's a power in marriage, which meaning that explains a lot because who is he married to? He married to the most the lady that she does come from Russia, so there could be blackmail there. So
Yeah.
keep that in
Did you
mind,
hear about
guys. So yeah, so
the
keep that in
uh,
mind.
the new thing he's come up with? I can't remember what it's called. It's like Board of Peace or something like that, and it's him and Putin, and I don't even remember who else he's got going on there. It's his whole new thing. So that could be a marriage between those new factions. Like they're not new factions, but together for this new world order, aka the Peace Board. It is. It's a new thing, and yeah, it's going to
Yeah, but I
destroy
mean,
everything that we've worked for.
yeah, but I think with everything going on, I think it's just ridiculous to know that they are just getting away with this and nobody's doing a thing about it. You know, sorry to say it that way, but that's how I feel. I feel that it's annoying that they are, just let people get away with shit, and we are the people. We all supposed to care for each other, but it really is it's just pathetic. It really is pathetic. So
Hey,
so I
Victoria.
really so I don't know who else is watching, but just know that this is pathetic, and I can tell you guys. Hold on, it's not showing the link now. What the hell?
Yeah,
Okay,
I tried
this
to
is
find it on my YouTube so I could share it on Facebook and stuff, and I couldn't find it. I'm like, what the heck?
don't tell me they took us off.
Before we even
Hold
started.
on,
Hold
I
on, let me
know that's
see.
what I mean. Well, I know I had some people watching, so
Nope, I thought I found it, but I didn't. That is interesting.
yeah, I know. Wait. I just hold on. Okay, I got it. I
You
found
found
it.
it?
We're still on. We got two people viewing. Do you want me to send it to you through Messenger?
Yeah.
So you can. Okay, I'm doing it right
I
now.
think I'd be able to find it. That's
Yeah,
so weird.
lucky I found it on highlight. Okay, I'm sending it to you now. Did you get it?
Awesome. I felt it, yeah. Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
So we're
Okay.
about to go on break. When we're on break, I'll go ahead and share that on my different pages. That way everybody can partake in the live on Facebook and um, hopefully X used to be Twitter. uh, just different places so different people can see the link and call in and get a reading or express their frustration with the world today, you know? But like I said, we just got to stick together. Fuck your religion, fuck your politics, fuck all that shit. We're all humans. We need to band together and fight against this oppression and tyranny. It's bullshit. The oligarchy, like, we need to get rid of it. We need to fight against it and be done with it. That poor guy that got shot today was an ER nurse, I believe. All he had was in his hand, he had his camera that he was filming with. He did have a gun because he had a carry permit, but he wasn't even messing with it or reaching for it or anything. All he was doing was filming. They took his camera, then they shot him. It's just ridiculous. And there's going to be more and more and more. And I can't remember the chick's name. I think it's Christy something, but I'm so bad with the names. Probably not. Yeah, 37 years old. The other chick was a mom, and she was just trying to get to her house, which was right there. I saw some lady trying to go to her doctor's appointment, and they broke her window and ripped her out and slammed her on the ground. And I mean, who knows what happened to the old guy that they slammed on the ground, and whoever else. And they're taking kids to school. They had ice at the middle school last week. It's like this is BS. Like that they can go where our kids are. Like kids aren't even going to school anymore because they don't feel safe. Even in
Mm-hmm.
college, kids aren't going to their courses, and luckily the teachers are being understanding about it. But
Yeah.
this should not be allowed. This should not be legal, and it is, and that's the scary part of it. But
Mm-hmm.
like I said, we got to band together, stick together, get through this, overthrow the government, you know, and start all over. Seriously, we're about to go into another shutdown. And supposedly it's the Democrats' fault. No, it's Trump's fault and whoever else is in his pocket who is trying to get whatever the hell they're trying to get right now. I don't even know what it is. But yeah. We're going to go on to happier stuff after this. You know, next hour we're going to do readings and we're going to do better stuff, but just be aware and don't let the government mind fuck you. Like seriously. It's not worth it.
Nope. And like Tessa said, we'll be back.
Yeah, we can go early. All right. So on this music break, we have Miss Michaela Hay, and she is going to be singing Close, Devil You Know, Nothing But Blood. Let me see. Let me scroll down here a little bit. Collapse, and then Fred Johnson III with Sugar. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this music break.
Saw you for the first time in a while, in a while. You seemed so surprised I worked out a smile, out a smile, out a smile. Cause I've grown and I've changed, yeah, we went separate ways. How come we're both back here? Cause you pushed me away, had my life rearranged, but still we're both back here. Close to me, I want you close to me. I can see that you wanted me. Follow me, baby, just follow me. Trust me, baby, get close to me. You know how to make me lose all control, all control. I should know when I need to let myself go. So let's go. Close to me, I want you close to me. I can see that you wanted me. Follow me, baby, just follow me. Trust me, baby, get close to me. I'm not the same. I'm not the same. I'm not the same person anymore. I'm not the same. I'm not the same. I'm not the same. I want you close to me. I want you close to me. I can see that you wanted me. Follow me, baby, just follow me. Trust me, baby, trust me. I want you close to me. I can see that you wanted me. Follow me, baby, just follow me. Trust me, baby, get close to me. Your troubled heart bleeds like a river. It's rushing towards fields painted greener. It doesn't see the demons behind, praying you're getting close to the line, so they can get their hands on love and trade it off for silver. The curtain's nice, but what it hides is worse than sticks and stones. Before you climb the fence tonight, look through the microscope. Better the devil you know. 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 Your nervous spine is crawling with shivers. You're standing right in the eye of a blizzard. Better the devil, you know. 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 There's too much sky, too blue, too white. The birds on the wire are singing, but I don't know why. Why aren't the roses hanging their heads? They're standing straight up, blooming instead. Now that we're apart, there's nothing but blood in my heart. Why does that guy have a smile on his face? Why is the sun even shining today? Why are the headlines talking about love? Don't they all know what happened to us? Now that we're apart, there's nothing but blood in my heart. The moon goes up, the sun goes down, the stars light up, the world goes round. Every day, life moves on, it don't stop for anyone. The moon goes up, the sun goes down, the stars light up, the world goes round. Every day, life moves on, it don't stop for anyone. Now that we're apart, there's nothing. Now that we're apart, there's nothing but blood in my heart. Blood in my heart. Blood in my heart. Where'd you go? You're running away. I know is this gonna last when we always collapse? Slap, 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 slaps when we always collapse. When we always collapse. Throw me off of my game again. Never thought I would bend. You're making me soft. I'm starting to slip. You don't give a shit. It's starting to hurt. I can't keep my grip. Yeah. Oh, I can see the end begin. I can see. Yeah, we're going too fast, 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 fast. Get your foot off the gas, 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 gas. Yeah, we're gonna crash. How is this gonna last when we always collapse? Slap, 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 slap. Yeah, we're going too fast, 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 fast. Get your foot off the gas, 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 gas. Yeah, we're gonna crash. How is this gonna last when we always collapse? Slap, 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 slaps when we always collapse. Oh, I can see the end begin when we always collapse. Oh, I can see the end begin.
Waiting here on this cold, lonely night without you. The tension's overbearing. Wondering, are you coming back home again? To inspire fondness with love. Where did our love go wrong? My sugar. Why did I make you cry? Whispers flow through my mind when I think about you. That warm feeling in me. My heart sings a sad song and just melts away. Please look into my eyes, my sugar. There's life in out there. Until the sun doesn't shine anymore, I'll be there. When time is a memory, I'll know this love. You will always be the one, my sugar. The feeling is so strong. Waiting here on this cold, lonely night without you. Where did our love go wrong? My sugar.
Welcome back, and thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night Rockies. I just wanted to uh, welcome back, Chris. We did have Amy here for a second, but now she is gone.
I don't know
But
what
hopefully
happened.
she'll
Like
come
it's
back.
just, I know. But yeah, it's crazy because I was just like, oh my goodness, that was good music. I liked it. But it's just crazy that we were talking about all that, and I think it hit like a lot of nerves and stuff. And I think some people, I don't know, I just think some of them probably did not expect us to say that, but we're not gonna be happy campers in our own world country. But
Yeah.
but yeah, it's just hopefully people can accept that we have different views and everybody's got a different opinion.
Mhm.
Doesn't
Yeah.
mean that you have to
I
agree
respect.
on it.
Yeah, I
You know?
respect others' opinions.
Yeah,
Oh, holy
but
shnikes! Let me check something real quick.
but that's the thing is,
All right.
why is it that you know, why would they do that? Yeah, so
I don't know, but yeah, Minnesota, my heart and prayers and stuff are with you, and don't be fooled. This is happening everywhere. That's just one of the places where it's really gotten out. But yeah, it's just insane. These are citizens. They've been taking citizens as well as illegals and people that haven't even done anything wrong. I thought it was supposed to be criminals. The murderers and drug dealers and rapists. But yeah, I respect that everybody's got a different opinion.
yeah,
And I just hope that we can all come together and overthrow this stuff, like get rid of this shenanigans.
yeah,
It's got to stop sooner
yeah,
than later because who's next? Who's next?
yeah.
All
Because
right.
even
Well, paranormally, because we said we were going to move on to other stuff, but it's in the forefront of my mind. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, have you guys had any weird paranormal things happening down there? Did the storm hit you guys hard? Because I heard it was supposed to hit
yeah.
hit
Well,
you hard.
it's cold outside. Um, like in the 20s. I think it was like 18. But besides that, um, I don't remember when I first tried to do that yard sale. Brittany's the one that saw these weird things flying in the sky. Um, Other people have witnessed weird stuff flying in the sky. Before all this, um, one guy I think was following him. They saw weird to be a bright shining object in the middle of the night. But other than that, it's like it's just I think a lot of people are seeing more identifying objects, but people are I think only certain people are catching this. I guess you just have to look up, or if you're just in your own little world, you're not gonna see it. You just have to be in the what's in the sky, you know. And I feel like there's a lot more of that happening with some people. Not everyone, not me, but that one time then we tried to do that yard sale, but that was months ago, sometime last year. I want to say like September. It was warm. Just I'll tell you that it was warm. Um, but yeah, there's been just a lot of strange stuff. And as far as like visions, my visions were off for a while. Now they're coming on strong. Um, I guess because I'm not drinking enough water, which should be. Um, but yeah, I've been just noticing a lot of more stuff that I'm seeing. That's exactly like they say, be careful what you wish for, kind of thing. But there's been just strange stuff going on that you just can't dismiss. And people, if you don't pay attention to things, you're gonna see a lot of strange stuff. Uh, Now I'm wondering Will all this weather to this have been created? I want to say yes. I don't know why I get that feeling. Because the less population, the more people that they think aren't gonna make it or not gonna make it. And they don't have to pay them, and that's more money in their pocket. Not everybody's gonna be that lucky, but I could just imagine how the hospitals are. And I wish never anyone ill intent, but because you were at the wrong place at the wrong time. That's how I see it. And like when you said about
Yeah.
that person over there in Minnesota, that person was an innocent bystander, and they got killed because of it.
Yeah.
Did they deserve it? Mm-mm. They didn't deserve it, but that's just my
No.
opinion.
He was just, and I love the fact that everybody's got a camera on them these days. So, uh, you can just pull it out and film, and it's very important to document what is happening. Um, but yeah, to me, that's awesome. But he was just trying to document it, and he was also with his other free hand waving traffic through. Um, that's another thing. Why are these people not wearing body cams?
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, it's just it's just insane. Well, I think some people just they tell them, do you want body cams and stuff, and why are you covering your face? And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
If what you're doing is right, you should have no fear, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as far as the UFOs and stuff go, there's been sightings. Like, there's a guy that I talk to at the gas station quite often, and he's seen some things and tells me random people coming into the gas station that he talks to regularly have been seeing stuff. But the last thing I got was, I don't know whether to call it a tic tac or a rod, but it looked more rodish than tic tac, but I'm going to call it a tic tac anyways. That's the last thing I saw. And it was 2 days in a row. I can't tell you what days they were. But even watching the meteor showers and stuff like that, I haven't done because it's just too cold outside. But yeah, the weather has been freakishly warm, and now it's cold again. So I don't know. It's very bipolar weather.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like Mother Nature is like upset, and I think with all that, I just find that very odd. I find that very, very odd. Like, it doesn't make sense. A lot of the stuff, I just find it very strange. And it's like, why is this happening? Why is all this occurring? Who knows? We just can't explain it. But I just think, okay, this is getting weird. Okay, hold on. Okay, now. Okay, never mind. I was about to say, I couldn't find the link for like a minute. I found it again. So that's twice that's happened. Um, I was looking at it on the other phone to make sure that I could see it. I couldn't see it for like a minute. I had to send it to you just for you to see it, and now it's back up again. And that just goes to another thing I've said before, Cass, with me and you. We're being watched. So,
Oh yeah, now we got AI, which has been around longer than we know of. But yeah, now it's very, very prevalent. Now they're letting us know it's out there, and I don't know if you heard about Grok. They already blocked Grok in several different countries because people were making cheese pizzas with it. Um, yeah, called corn. But yeah, AI is crazy. I mean, I love AI. Please don't come after me.
I just think, to me, I find it just so freaking weird. Like, I don't even know what to make of it. I just find it just so weird. I find it like always strange. Why does this stuff happen? How do we react to it? Do we give it any
I
power?
blame CERN. Just kidding. CERN threw us into a different dimension, and this dimension sucks.
Yeah,
No, I love it. I love life, and life's a gift, and I'm glad I'm here, and I think we're here for a reason. All of us that are here, we all have a different part to play, and it's important to play your part. Don't be scared. Don't be sad. It's okay to be those
yeah.
things, but try to choke that
Well,
out. And
yeah, because you gotta have high spirit. You gotta be in spirit to not let things happen. You cannot let
raise your
things get to you.
vibrations.
Yeah, you gotta do whatever it takes. And yes, there might be days where you're just like, I don't want to do this. This is not for me. Um, but you gotta do what you can, and just know that do the best and the best that you can. Okay, somebody said that they're listening to the show. Hi, Veronica. I don't know if you're on here.
Hey, Veronica.
Um,
I saw Victoria
okay.
in the chat room earlier.
Yeah, somebody just messaged me saying that they're watching the show. So, what is the question, Veronica? You can type it, and I think it'll come
Mhm.
on TikTok. I mean, not TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. We can type the question because I don't know what you're asking me. I don't know if because she's
Yeah, and
texting
we
me, but
have two more people in. So if you guys do want a free reading, you can also put it in the chat. You don't have to call on StreamYard. You can just use the chat and put your question in there, what you're needing or wanting to know, and we can do that for you.
yeah, that's
Or
the
you
thing
can
too.
use the link that I have in the chat and call in. You don't have
Yeah,
to be
you
on
can
camera.
do.
We could just use
Yeah,
voice.
I think if you do, would it work the same test if they have an iPhone, or do they have to do more? Because I'm on an Android, so my phone is different from everybody else's. It links to
Yeah, it should be
I forgot what
the
that.
same.
It should link to.
'Cause I've
It should be easy.
Yeah, I've used my iPhone to troubleshoot on this program, and I didn't have any issues.
Okay, okay. I send it to myself, but I can't look at my phone because it'll cut me off since I'm on the phone already. So, Veronica, if you're asking the question, it didn't make sense, the question that you were asking. But if you're wanting to know what has changed, I still feel like he's gonna contact you. It's just that more now you have like a delay. Um, like I did say I think the 22nd or the 21st, I believe. But I think is that he's like more busy and more active. Nothing has changed. It's just patience is the key. Um, I think if you manifest it and you put energy into him more, he'll come to you a little faster. But you shall ask and you shall receive is what I got, that message. And then second, I don't even know why I'm being told this, but be careful what you wish for. Because if say
Mhm.
you want him in your life and you just keep asking about him, asking and asking, and say you get him, right? Just say you get the guy you want. If it does not work, I mean, if it does work, and say you guys don't click to get rid of him, it's gonna be another problem because he could be harassing you, he can be abusive, he can be mentally abusive, he can be like punch you, he can be mean to you, and then you're like, well, you're the one that wanted him, but you didn't get to know this until he lives with you. Sometimes what we get don't always is beneficial for us. It's whatever the universe and God wants you to have. Maybe there might be a guy that looks like him. Doesn't have to be the one that you want. It'll be the one that God put in your
It's meant
life
for you.
is meant for you. And that is true. And I believe that very much because I remember, I can use me as an example. Before Brittany came along with my mom, she didn't get to meet my mom, but my mom knows her spiritually. And she did come to her spiritually after the fact. At that time, I was already for love. It was hard for me. I wasn't really looking, but then I guess my mom said, you know what, I think my mom and the universe did it to where she knew she was leaving. Her subconscious knew she was already out of her body in a way. Said, I want you to find somebody, and this means you can. And I believe the universe did it some way, somehow, which I can't explain, which I still don't know how, but that's not knowing. It's just the knowing that it was done. And then they did it in a way where it was already in front of me, but a friend of ours, we both know this person. We were both around this person, and she just happened to contact her, and then we connected. Now, I think if she wouldn't have asked to talk to a friend, she would have probably never been with me, and I would still be by myself. So, like I said, the universe has a weird way of doing things. Take it from experience. I've been there and I've done it. And it's not always when you get what you want, it's what God gives you. And a lot of us can't do that because we want it like right there. But it's not what you want, it's what God knows what you need and who's better for you. Now, Tessa, you can add to that if you wanna, even though you don't know my friend, just what your point of view about
Yeah,
searching for
well,
love.
yeah, I think of when you were talking about that, I was thinking about, when I was single, me and my daughter, I left her dad when I was 6 months pregnant because I didn't want her to have to deal with his shit. And he made it obvious what he wanted to do. But throughout life, you find love or somebody you think you love, and you pray or you put out the energy or whatever that you really want that person in your life. But like we've discussed before, everything happens for a reason. And just because you think or feel that you need that person in your life doesn't mean it's right for you. Um, Listen to your mind. The heart will lead you astray because the heart wants what the heart wants. That doesn't mean that's what you want. And I firmly believe, and I've gone through a lot of trauma and stuff, but everything happens for a reason. And there's a reason this person isn't in your life. You have a certain place you're supposed to get in life, and this person might not be it, or maybe it's not time for them. Maybe their time hasn't come to be with you, if that's meant to be. I don't know. But
Yeah,
what you can do in the
that is
meantime is learn to love yourself and find happiness within yourself and complete yourself. Find someone who compliments you that doesn't complete you.
you know what,
You're
that's
number
funny.
one.
It's funny. I don't know why I'm getting this feeling, but I think that message you just said is gonna hit 2 or 3 people later tonight. They're gonna hit me up and say, "I heard what your friend said." I'm not gonna say any other names because I don't know if they're watching, but I'm pretty sure they are. Um, for people that have been waiting for people for 3 years, maybe even more. I'm not saying that does not apply to you, but I do feel that when you look for love, you want that person so bad that you'll do whatever it takes, and it's okay. But just know that they gotta go through their life lesson. They gotta go through their pain, their loss of someone. Others go through saying, "Oh, you know what? Let me try this person." I don't want that person anymore. That's not your fault. They just want to explore because they think they know what they want. And they think not with the right mind. They think, oh, this is going to be different. This is going to be better. But when they see that they give that other person a chance, they have the other person there waiting for them. And you're just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And it's more depressing the more that you wait because you're like, I can't do this anymore. But just know that you have free will. That doesn't mean that person won't come. It's just a matter of time if they get to you before something happens to them. The other ultimatum is that sometimes you guys have been with each other in another lifetime, that in this life you can't be with them because they chose not to be with you in this lifetime. Do you understand what I mean by that? You were with him in the other life before you came here. Now, in this life, they said, well, I'm going to write a contract to not see them again because of blah, 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 or because I need a new lesson, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't always have to be the same. Some people think, well, I've been here, so how many times have I had? How many past lives have I had? Only you know that answer. Only you, your soul, know that answer. It's sad to say that sometimes some people's path, they want each other so much, but they just cannot match because either they gotta go through a lesson or they chose not to accept you because they think they deserve better than you. Does that make sense to any of you in the chat? So just I will repeat this one more time for the ones that I think are watching. That I'm gonna give it a couple minutes to sink in. And just know that sometimes it's hard to say. So just know that not all the time that you see what you need to learn. And a lot of people like, how does this work? Like, okay, my friend Greg was messaging me. Anyways, message him in a minute. Hey, I asked. Okay, do we have a Greg in the chat?
I don't see one.
Did you
Oh, I wonder
ask
if it's on one of the Facebook pages. I gotta check that, I guess. I didn't even think about that.
If you wanted to come on or not. Hold on, let me just check real quick. Hold on, I'm checking it right now. Hold on. While you're doing that, we can multitask. Because he was asking something, and I was like, what are you talking about? I didn't get anything from you. I just messaged him just now.
And the internet's been really weird lately, too.
I know.
We've been having crazy solar flares and solar storms and all kinds of plasma flying every which direction, and a lot at us. So it's causing earthquakes, volcanic activity, and fogginess, as well as internet or technical issues with your equipment.
Yeah.
Because my internet and stuff has been really funky lately too.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what's crazy is that right now. So just know that but just know that a lot of you guys I don't know what you asked, Greg. I'm sorry we don't see your comment. We might even have a delay. I don't know.
Now
And
there's
this
like
situation,
I think a 5 to 10 second delay from the show
yeah.
to being on the call. If you're on the computer, like in the room with us, it'll be on the same timing. But if you're watching or listening or whatnot somewhere else, then yeah, there's like a 5 to 10 second delay.
I think he said he was asking about Russia or Rush. So I don't know. I can't see
Rush
the
was a good
comments.
band. Oh man, Russia's had some crazy snow. Did you hear about? I think it's Kamchatka. Snow as high
I
as
want to see.
buildings. People can walk
Yeah, I
up to
want
the
to
top
see.
of light poles and stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I checked the chat and my other pages, and I didn't see any questions there. I saw some likes and stuff, and some shares, but I didn't see any questions. Did you check your page where you shared it on Facebook or anything and see if it's there?
I'm checking, but I haven't got anything either.
For you guys that are watching
Yeah.
the video, make sure you go to YouTube, which you should be there if you click the link and put the question in the chat there.
I'm looking at it right now and I'm not getting anything. This is just so freaking weird. Like he asked. Now, I don't know.
Weird.
Can they monitor your comments?
YouTube can, but generally I don't get any flack until months later, and I'm like, man, you just now caught that. But it really depends, and like I said, they're using AI quite a bit now, so
Okay.
they could be more on
Amy
top of
said
it
she
than
said.
usual. But yeah, Amy's coming back.
Yeah. Yeah, she said she's
Yeah.
coming.
Oh, there
The
she
thing
is.
is, the only thing is, I don't see
Oh,
the comment. Hi, Amy.
let me get rid of that. Man, how do I get
Hi,
rid of
Amy.
that
Sorry,
decoration?
I don't know if something was wrong. That's why I asked to make sure that you were okay.
There we go.
Oh, okay. No, the call came before,
Oh,
and
okay. You're
so
fine.
I
You're
didn't want
fine.
to interrupt.
No, you're fine. Damn it, I don't see his comment, Tess. That's what's so freaking weird. I don't see anything.
Yeah, did you message and ask him?
I said, what did you ask? And I haven't got a reply. He's active, though. Unless he wants to come on, but I don't know that. Because, hold on, maybe I want to ask him. Hold on, let me just see what he says. Come on.
Yeah, and with the music, I had to switch it over to stereo because it was just sounding really weird. Like I'm recording from my microphone to stereo.
Yeah, that is so freaking weird because look, we were talking about all that stuff, and
Yeah, I had to flip it over to stereo and then
that
on.
is freaking weird. Oh, and by the way,
cancellation.
we were talking about that last vision I had, Amy, and you sent me
Oh,
those
yeah.
pictures.
Uh
We
huh.
were just talking about that.
Oh yeah, because we all talked about this before. Because I had a dream about the same time. I don't call them visions because they're like weird dreams, but I generally remember when they are. But
And
yeah, it was
these
in a
are old
camp,
dreams.
which
Yeah,
there
these
are
are old.
camps here. Don't kid yourself. We do have concentration camps. They're just not in use right now. The Japanese people of America know. They've been in them, but there's more than they had before. But yeah, I was in a camp and they let us have our phones, but of course your phones die and they didn't allow you to charge them. But there was a port in the bathroom that you could use, but the bathroom was not a part of the building. It was out about like 50 or so yards. You had to walk to it. And then I was in there and then I encountered the chick that ran the place and then one of her cronies. And yeah, it didn't end very well, but
Wow.
camp scenario. And like you said, it was in the forest. Like you couldn't tell what the geography was because there was just trees surrounding it.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to, I could be like off maybe 12 years when I had this. Because I think when I first told Amy about this, I was going on about a year after I met her. we had the same common dream about this girl. We still don't know who this girl is,
Yeah, and we were
but
all
outside
talking,
of,
and she looked up those pictures and was sharing
I
them.
know,
That was
I
crazy.
know, I know, and it's funny that you remember that far back,
hmm
but
Yeah, I have a
it's
weird
just
mind.
and it's weird, yeah, because a lot of things most people have a tendency to forget.
Yeah, it's
Amy's
because of
one
all
that
the.
does not. Amy does not forget shit. I could have told her maybe something 10 years ago, and she'd be like, "Chris, I have proof of
Yeah,
this," and I'm all looking back at the picture. I'm
no,
like, "You have that shit?" She was, "Yeah."
it
And
has a lot
it's
to do
just
with like growing up and stuff. I had a lot of trauma, and I didn't realize this till recently. I'm like, oh, well, that's why I can remember so well. And even my older brother was like, how do you remember that? You're only like 3 or 4 years old. It's like
mhm,
trauma and stuff that you've been through, and you just think of things repeatedly, and so then
yeah.
you retain those memories. So yeah, I have that going on too. I was like, holy
Well,
shnikes, that
oh,
explains a lot.
and by the way, guys, this is a good friend of mine, Amy Anasoto. She's known Tessa for a long time because we've done different shows on different shows, but her and Tessa know
Amy's
each other
awesome.
as well.
Hi, guys.
Amy. So she's the best way to describe her to me since I've gotten to know her throughout the years. I would call her a dream interpretator, but this is what I call her now. This is a new one for you now. I call her a dreamer therapy interpretator, to where she can dream interpretate and she can also um make you relax. And this is something that I don't really say very much, but Brittany can tell you. There was a number of occasions, which was recent, where my insomnia is really freaking bad.
Yes.
Amy can read you like a la story and put your ass to sleep within 10 minutes. So if you cannot, if you have a bad insomnia or if you just can't sleep very well, uh,
She's got
she can
us.
be able to, she's got a voice to put you to sleep, and it's just not the voice is like the way she reads because it's like poems, but she makes it look like into a story. And Brittany has gotten to hear her. She's like 2 minutes later, I'm just like, okay, we fall
Do you have
asleep.
your own like YouTube page or anything where you read stories? You should do that if you don't.
And you know
Oh,
that's the
no,
thought.
no.
Listen to stuff like that to go to sleep because not only do I have insomnia, but I have tinnitus or tinnitus, whatever you want to call it, and I have to have sound in my
See,
ears
I'm
in order to
calling
sleep.
you out, Amy.
Otherwise, I'll
I'm
lose my
calling
mind. So yeah, you should do that because I would subscribe and I'd probably listen to your stuff
you.
to go to
You know
sleep.
what, Amy? Amy, I'm calling you out, but in a different way.
He told me he would if I came on.
At least he warned you.
I know. It's always something with him.
but even though you know what I was thinking, Taz, I might just do it one day. I'll let you know, but it'll be discreet. It'll be on Messenger, so whenever you can't sleep, just lay down and relax, and just let her read. So you know what? That is
Yeah.
about. You might want to do what we called me and Brittany called it reading sessions by Amy Anna Soto. There's your page.
hmm
I was reading to sleep or something, and it sounded so off. I'm like, no, we can't call it that.
No, but
That's not gonna work.
That's not
no,
gonna work.
but you know what, Amy? You can give them a little bit of a 411 besides the reading, putting to sleep people. Can you give them a little bit of bio so the people can know about your story, about your psychic abilities or whatever? You can tell them about your.
Okay, well, this isn't my show, but
I know, but I'm sharing you, so no, it's okay.
he puts me on the spot all the time. I can't believe this. Okay, I was not prepared for a speech today. All right. Well, I had a lot of trauma in my life. I spent a lot of time reinventing myself from that trauma. And basically, where I'm at now is trying to help people just kind of ease the burden of trauma and what they're going through and stress. The world's so stressful today with everything going on. And I am in Minnesota, Minneapolis. It's crazy here. I'm only going out when I need to. It's it's pretty bad. And I did a dream interpretation. I got into dream interpretation because I've had lifelong nightmares, and what I learned is dreams are literal, which was a big relief to me because they were really bad. And stuff. So I'm interested in anything dream wise, learning about dreams, any kind of just hearing people's dreams is fun. Um, Chris has a lot of visions and dreams we go back and forth on and things. And then I do have, well, it's not therapeutic, it's not therapy. I'm not a therapist, but I am a healer, and I do a specialized type of hypnosis called SMGI. You can look it up on YouTube. There's a lot of videos about it. It's SMGI, Somatic Mindful Guided Imagery. And it's a specialized form of hypnosis. It's really, as Chris says, it's calming, relaxing, it reduces stress, kind of gets you in touch with your higher self, your inner self, your guide. Um, and from that, um, let's see, I found out I have a really calming voice, and it puts Chris to sleep. I could be reading anything. I could read the dictionary and he's out. And then I hang up after I hear him snore. Oh, I said that out loud. And yeah, so that's me in a nutshell.
Well, so that's my friend Amy, and I just wanted to give her permission to do that. I know that she says it's my show because it's but I like to share out with my friends stuff, and and it's just insane that we've known a lot of things about each other since the years have passed. Amy, sometimes you trip me out because you still remember things from when I first met you.
Yes. Chris had a dream when before we first met, like the night before, and it pertained to me. It was like his vision. And we met because he did a reading for me. We met through a mutual friend, and he's like, "You need to get a reading from this guy named Chris." I'm like, "I don't know any guy named Chris." And he's like, "Yeah, this guy named Chris. I got his number." And um, so I called him up, and we did a reading. And he later on, he's like, "I had this dream, this vision, like right before," and he told me it. And my jaw was on the ground. I'm like trying to pick it up and stuff, and things because it related to into my life and the reading so well that it was just like jaw dropping. And so that's, we always remember that. We, um, yeah, so he has an active dream life. I have a very active dream life. And it's kind of weird when you dream actively for a long time and then they go away. It's like you kind of miss it.
Mhm.
And then they come back, like what you did to Chris. And then it's like, oh, wow. Yeah, they're back. Do you have
That is
dreams like
very
that?
true. Do you
Do you
have
have
dreams
dreams
like
like
that,
that?
Tessa? Do you have dreams like
Oh,
that,
yeah.
Tess?
Yeah, there was a while that I wasn't dreaming, and then I've been dreaming basically every night. And for a long time, it was like really intriguing and interesting and stuff. But recently, it's been pretty scary. I'm generally trying to get away from someone, and it's never the same person. It's just, I don't know, maybe it's all the bad that's going on in the world, but yeah, I had repetitive dreams as a kid that I think was like a past life memory. I think I was part of like the construction crew when they were building skyscrapers and stuff in New York or wherever. And I fell to my death. So I'm afraid of heights, or I'm afraid of falling, period. But yeah, I've had dreams that have come true, and I do listen to them, and I do especially listen to my kids' dreams as well, because all my kids are spooky and my grandson is too. He actually spoke a different language once at Baskin Robbins when some guy came in, and it translated back to a country that has like a really huge volcano that he said he fell into in a past life. My youngest daughter, she had a past life too, but yeah, definitely listen to the kids' dreams because they're interesting. And it's funny how they just come up to me and, Mom, I had this dream last night, and tell me what their dreams are. But it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that when people have these type of gifts, just don't really ignore them because everybody's got a different gift. And I wonder, and I think I've said this before in the past too. A lot of people in the past, I don't know if anybody you can raise your hand if I've told you this before. I don't know how far I go back, but I have told people that even before I met you guys, I don't know if I told you any of you too, but even further back, I told people, I said, I don't know what it is about me. One thing in patterns with me, people that come to me that have been molested. One, two, raped, mentally abused, or any type of weird trauma to where they're just never the same as being a child. And somebody had told me, I quote, you should get a therapist. And I was like, or a psychiatrist or something to that effect. And I thought, no, that's a good, make money and all that. But then I thought, I'm not all about money. So I
Yeah.
thought, maybe I'm my own therapist, psychic therapist. Because I've even came across children indiscreet with their parents, but they talk more on private basis, where people have opened up to me and told me their deepest secrets. And whatever
My
a person
daughter.
tells me stays with me, but it has to be more, not on a live like this. It has to be more like either in person or on camera with somebody by them. Um, even though I don't have the degree in it, but the knowledge I have to this day creeps me out because my gifts have just advanced so much. I can't even describe it. I just don't have words for it anymore. And as I first started, I kind of like doubted And now it's kind of like it doesn't even surprise me anymore. There's sometimes where I get still shocked every once in a blue moon. That's rare anymore. But there's times where it's like a give and take where I shock people and then they do it back to me because they give me the validation. Hey, Chris, guess what? I got pictures of blah blah blah. You said this. Like what? And I know one person over there in the background knows exactly what I'm talking about. She creeps me out as crap. She can sit there and she's, I don't do nothing. Me and Amy don't do anything. And I'm like, bullshit, you don't.
My eldest daughter recently, she's been talking more and more about the paranormal and things, and she's like, Mom, is it just me, or do random people in different places walk up to you and tell them like their deepest like issues or problems or secrets or whatever? And I'm like, yeah, I think it's part of like being a healer or something. I'm not sure, but I do definitely need to keep a dream journal because since I hit a certain age, my mind is fried. I feel like I have brain damage or drain damage. I don't know what you want to call it.
But you know what? Says I'll tell you what that is. I don't think it's brain like you forget. Because I remember when I first started, I used to dream a lot. It was like back to back to back to back. Now it's like every so often. I don't know what Amy does to me. I really don't. But every
I
time
don't do nothing.
but I think it's just the way she can get it out of me. And it's always
We've all
something
been
brand
in
new.
past
Yeah,
lives together, and
yeah. And
I
that's probably
think
the
that
reason
maybe
why.
she was like your little brother or your bestie in a past life or something. So she'd
Yeah.
sit there and pick you and everything
Yeah,
in good
and it's
humor
true
and
that.
fun.
And I'm gonna tell you what I can tell you about that test. I think when I think like I'm losing my gifts,
Right?
or like I'm just not dreaming, and I get paranoid because I got used to seeing shit all the time. And Amy's always has this answer is like maybe it just wasn't for you to see anything, but trust me, you will see stuff. And this is what she says every time. And then right after that, slap in the face. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you say because the man above is watching you. And right when I say no, I haven't dreamed, Amy, I feel like I'm lost. Well, get this. This was recent. We talked on Messenger. Her and me and Britt were talking. And I told her, I said, man, I just feel like that part of my gift just went away. Right away she goes,
It'll
well,
come back.
that's exactly what she said. She'll come back. But it's gonna come
Yeah,
back
I
the
had.
least expected.
Yeah,
The
I
least
freaked out
expected.
because everybody's supposed to dream, and I'm like, why am I not dreaming? And it was
That's
at
what
least a couple of years, unless it was something really important, but otherwise I didn't dream. Supposedly you dream unless you're dead, but even my youngest daughter didn't dream forever. She finally is, but
wow.
They say you
That kind of
dream, but you don't remember them. You
yeah,
do have dreams, but for some reason you don't remember them at all when that
yeah,
happens. It
yeah,
still
that's
processes. Like
yeah.
me and Chris were talking about, because we're just talking about this with his issue, and it's like, how do we determine it? Like it was on a different level of consciousness, like another dimension. As he put it, it's like the dreams are on a different level than your consciousness. They're still happening, but it's more of an unconscious happening than a conscious happening.
yeah, and I wasn't joking earlier when I was talking about CERN. Like CERN has done something, and I think they've done it a few times. I'm pretty certain of it because not only have things, Mandela effects, things have changed, but also people. And it was after, things had changed, and then your significant other or somebody else close to you is different too, whether it's lines we used to say to each other, or small things like hair or eye color or anything weird like that. It's pretty interesting. I do believe that. I don't know if you guys do, but when I say stuff like that, I'm like, you sound crazy, bitch. You need to shut your mouth. But I'm pretty sure
But you
this
know what?
is
I
really
believe that
happening.
too, and I believe it
Yeah.
is in the subconscious that we don't remember all the dreams, but the ones that really stand out are the ones that you're gonna be like, they're gonna be like, holy crap. And that happened to me maybe like sometime last week, and I guess it was like a release that I needed. That was reminded me, like if are not gone, it was just not the time. And the only thing I can say, I guess I'm not really gonna tell the universe this, that I've accepted that visions will come when they're meant to, and then they're gonna come as when I was younger, because I am getting older. That it shouldn't matter, but it's whenever the universe needs to show me something, like if it's around me, Brittany, or just anyone that I care about, like Amy, you, um, anything that needs to show me what I need to know, then I will be shown. It's not gonna be like, okay, well, you know what, I already just have, check mark on every other night. No, I think it's when it's most important. When my mom has to tell me something, or my loved ones gotta tell me something, to be prepared for what's to come. The only thing is, I think a lot of the grieving kind of threw me off, and I can admit that. I think a lot of the
Yeah.
process of my mom not being here, a part of me went with her.
Well,
Now,
and
the
when you're
most,
going through the grief process and stuff, like you don't sleep as well and you don't eat as well and you don't hydrate like you should and different things like that. So that could lead to your gift getting stronger, or like you said, it could kind of mute it.
yeah, and I believe that too, and I just want everyone to know that, if you think you're losing your gifts, take it from me, you're not. It's just sometimes they don't come as often as you expect. And for you, Amy, I just want to say thank you for believing in me. Um, you always have the answers to say when I need it, and I think we've been through a lot, together as a friend. And like Tessa's been helping me too a lot when I was in my darkest times, and we're still here. And it's crazy that we're talking about dark times, because we are in our darkest times, and I'm glad that we're on YouTube and we are live. That people, if you feel like that you have to be in the shadows, or do you feel like you're just isolated, you're not alone with gifts. There's many of us that want to come out, which I chose to come out. Amy chose to come out. Tessa chose to come out. Her kids are coming out now. So you're not alone. There's a lot of you kids, a lot of you adults that shut your gifts down. And shows like this reminds you of, you're not the only one. You're not the only one out here. So just believe what your kids say to you. Your nieces, your nephews, I don't care who they are. Your aunt, pay attention to what your family says. Because you'll be surprised what you might just find out. So, on that note, if anybody wants a reading, I got these cards out. I already did a card on the reading. Not that I want to bring it up, but the cards were very, very on point about what we asked Tess about, what the government was up to, and the cards actually called them
Mhm.
out. So, maybe if you have a question for me, this is the time to do it, or if you don't, then I can do it without the card if you choose to. Plus, I owe you a reading anyway, but we can do that more on the bigger reading later. But if you want like a question or something that you're curious about, that you can discuss, bring it to the table, and I'll see what I can pick up for you.
Okay. What about, I have a question. If my finances are going to change, and if
Are they
it's going
going
to
to
be
be the
for the
same?
better or worse.
You know if it's going to get better or worse for your finances. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is finances going to get better or worse?
And don't let me forget, because I will, but I have something about finances I need to tell you too. Not you, but you guys.
Distorted,
Okay.
Something that happened to me this year.
distorted fear of conflict, rejection, of radiation, see repetition, rejection, waiting for things to happen. So what I'm getting from this card is that you have a fear of conflict. You're very hypersensitive. You have a fear of rejection, which you don't say it, but I can see it in you. I feel that you have a fear of just. Ooh, that stings. What I was about to say. You feel that you're not good enough. Sorry, that's what spirit tells me.
Hmm.
You feel like at times you're not really getting paid for what you are worth. I mean, without the cards to tell you that you are worth more than you give yourself credit for. So they're calling you out on that one. Give yourself more credit for where you deserve to be and where your finances get better or worse. Okay, I didn't like that answer either. I don't see this, but then again, I don't know the finances, but they said they're going to get a little worse. And the reason why I get that is because I don't know if you're going to relocate, so that home can be where you're gonna go. But I feel that even though I get a little bit of worse, but I know that you can pick it up because I know your potential and I believe in you. Just because I said worse does not mean it's gonna happen. I'm being told to give that power to you, that you have the free will to change that. Now, if you're not happy, I feel that you. Okay, it says deranged and strange and twisted individual. So that says that you're weird in a way that people don't understand you and they misjudge you for that. That I can see, but that doesn't make you, dumb or anything like that. It just makes you just different.
I'm weird and I'm proud.
And then it says gorgeous. Okay. Then I'm gonna pick another card at the bottom. So it says mentally in prison. You're trapped in your head and suffer mental illnesses and self-limited beliefs. It goes back to what I just said.
Hmm.
Believe in yourself. You have yourself like in the prison is what I see. I see like you're just a door, and I see like like wires, like you're just stuck, but you can't. You want to get out, but you can't grab the door. But if that door's still there, you're putting that door there. You can remove that door, but it's got to be up to you to fucking do it. You got to get your fears and your limited beliefs out of your head. Your head is your worst fucking enemy. Look at me. When I talk to you, how bad have I been? Now you know what I mean by that. So if I can freaking do this, and you've been there since, like, Brittany's been there, and you got to know Brittany talks to you now, you got to see that part that others don't. Like, Tessa gets to see a little bit too, but I haven't talked to her in a while because I know she's got her own life.
Yeah, I've been
But
kind of
just
vacant
know,
lately for a lot of my friends. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
so just, no, you're fine. But just know that you can get yourself out of this situation. And honestly, I don't know why, but I get relocating within the next month or so. I want to say probably by February, you're going to be out of there.
Okay.
Now, with that being said, I don't know if that was what you were going to ask me, but that's what they're telling me. Now, you have a choice of staying there or going back home. Going back home, I don't think is a good thing. Now, if you do go home, my suggestion is stay as far as away from your family. Because all they're going to do is bring you down and you're going to want to come back to Minnesota. But keep, and if you have to use your abilities to read the location before you move in, read the energy. And I would ask your gifts for your own dreams to come out and show you what the building's going to look like, where you're going to move into. Try to give you the first letter. Because I have a feeling you're going to dream about where you're going to be, and you're going to say, holy shit, Chris was right. And that's what I'm being told to tell you now. Your finances, I think you will be good, because I think no matter, even though I don't know your finances, but I believe that no matter if I do or do not know your finances, even though you're sharing that information with me, I believe you can get past your finance issues that you're probably having. You just gotta believe with them. Okay?
Okay.
Now, Tessa, if you want to add to what I just said, I'll see what Tessa's got for you.
Nothing jumped out really. I think you were pretty on point with stuff. But like you said, I think you were talking about having walls around you and stuff. I've been there too, and like I said, that's a part of the self-love and things like that. Like eventually you'll learn different things, like different flags and stuff to look for and things like that. Learn how to take the weirdo magnet out of your head as far as like people that are crazy. Like we're weird, but they're crazy. But no, for definite, we all put ourselves there. I think it's a protective thing that we've learned to do due to our traumas. But for sure, it's a thing that you learn to deal with, and you learn to tear them down, and you learn how to protect yourself without walls eventually. But it's hard to get past that point.
Yeah. And even though what's funny about is that she doesn't show that she's got fear, because she blocks that from herself, and that's good, because that could be your worst enemy, making a quick decision out of fear. So what you need to do is step out of your body for like a minute or so. You have to go take a walk if you can, not right now because the weather's crazy over there. Then I would go go to a park or like a gym that you can walk in, to be like pacing back and forth, becoming your anxiety. And I feel that you need to do, like, if you have to do a salt bath or a sea salt bath, or just even playing with soap and just use that as a tool and make it not. It doesn't have to be any type of soap. It can be zest, and you can put protection over the soap. There's even things that my friend told me. Most people wouldn't think of this kind of stuff, but it's all in intent. I'll give you a hint. This is some deep shit I'm about to say on YouTube, because they won't talk about this on any page. You can get a zest soap. And I repeat, a zest soap. It doesn't have to be
Zestfully clean.
okay. What I want you to do is do one or two things. Visualize what you want. Get a red pen, because you're bringing it towards you. Or you can even get a paper clip or something that has has some kind of amplifying energy to it, like a paper clip or anything that has like metal that can amplify it to the soap. You're gonna put protection. You're gonna write it on the back of the soap, to where you can see it and say, protect me from blah blah blah, or bring money to me, okay, or whatever situation you do. You just make sure you crave that into it, and you do whatever you want, and then you take a bath with it. Or if you want, you can leave it out for 2 days so that soap can manifest what you put, whatever you put on that soap. If you choose not to do it, then give it 2 days. If you can wait, or give it the day right when you do it, and leave it to where nobody touches it but you, because that's your soap. Unless you want to share it with your partner or your friend, you need to let them know. Now, if you chose not to tell them, the better. Then they can't see that imprint that you put in that soap. Now, what I just said, remember, this is YouTube, so I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people watching. That is one of the oldest tricks in hoodoo.
Is that why people used to carve things in soap? Like a little figure or whatever?
Yeah, because soap was a cleanse. And even people that were poor couldn't go to like witch stores and buy candles. And there's soaps that you can actually say for protection. Soaps that you can go to the store, but the soaps, yeah, let me tell you, the soaps that I get, or any soaps that I've gotten, they've gone up to the witch store. They're like anywhere from $3 to $4 from a bar soap. Not everybody can afford that.
Oh, we lost Amy.
Not everybody can do that, but everybody can afford it, because that's all it. Not everybody can, not everyone can afford it. So all they had was whatever they had in the kitchen or whatever they have in the shower. That's why I'm saying a lot of people do this stuff, and that's one of the things that doesn't one of the secrets. But there's others that they don't talk about that kind of stuff because they don't want it out there. But that's
Laura in the chat room, she wants a reading, but she also said charcoal soap is good for cleaning, she was told.
And what's her name again?
Laura Main Keys.
Okay.
Cleansing, she meant.
Oh, okay. And what was her name?
I've never heard of charcoal soap. I've heard of like charcoal stuff for your teeth. But soap is pretty interesting.
So what is it that you need to know? What is it that you need to know? What is it that you need to know?
And she wants a general reading, but that's after you're done with Amy's reading.
It says always under herbal influence, cloud 9. What I get is more of just smoke to get away from problems. Split personality is that one person acts a different way around you. They only want to see one-sided. I feel like the 8th house shows death and rebirth. Someone's attitude changes toward personal growth. That means that you have to go through cycles. You shouldn't have to repeat them. Go through one cycle and hopefully find it. Okay. 4th card is showing me salty, mad and upset. So somebody's kind of upset with you with the decisions, or somebody has hate towards you. They're being very salty, which means that they're just envious of you. Salty. Salt is usually good for
cleansing and protection.
Yes, but in some cases, people can use salt for bad also. If they have envy, they're envious of you, so they can throw negative energy around you. Now, with that being said, if you want to put black salt, that's good for protection as well. That's an old kitchen thing.
Is that Mediterranean soap? I can't remember what that's called.
Yeah, I believe.
Salt?
Yeah, yes. There's other things that you can use, but you have to go back to the old school stuff that you grew up with. Shit. There's so much shit I can share. But
And is
there's
this for
just
Amy?
it's just strange that you can do things with, like, when you cleanse a house, or like with pine salt. People don't like people that have negative energy. Pine salt keeps negative people away. So it just depends on how you look at things. If you're back to the old school and the secret way of the people couldn't afford, they'll have whatever they have in their kitchen. But they're mopping, they're wiping down the tables, wiping down the tile, mopping from their doorways to the doorknobs. And you would
There's
think they're just
another thing that people forget a lot is your drains.
yeah.
Spirits and dark entities look for a lot of places to hide, so make sure you put salt water or anything you have left over from your cleansing down the drains.
And for that person that asked that question, hopefully that made a lot of sense. That reading I just gave you. I don't know if that's my friend Tessa or if Amy wants to pick up on that energy. I'll allow them, but I don't know yet if that makes sense. What I told you.
Yeah, I thought you were still reading
Yeah, I was reading
Amy.
that person. No, I'm not. I already done with Amy. I'll go back to Amy in a minute because I can
Okay.
shift. Now with that other person in the comments, that person seemed very.
Laura, does that resonate with you at all? Yeah, sometimes that happens. Like when I used to read cards a lot, and I quit after my brother like ripped them up. I threw them at him, and it's crazy. It stayed in a deck until it hit him on the forehead. Then it went like that. But he started picking them up and ripping
Wow.
them. And I taped them back together with electrical tape, and I kept using them for a while. But then I quit just because it was just I didn't know if that injured them in any way, where they give non-factual readings or whatnot. But I'd always flip them like this and blow on them to blow the past reading or whatever off of them or energy.
Yeah, you can. There's different ways you can do that. Yeah, there's
Do you
different
do that?
ways. Yeah, I do different ways of doing stuff. I didn't wanna, but like I'll go back to Amy in a minute until they answer me.
And I'll
For
put it in the chat too.
What I get outside of what I said, I feel that you can do this. I know it's an adjustment because you feel like, okay, well, I got this where I'm living at. I shouldn't have to move. I kind of get like the word annoyed, almost unfit. And in the back of your mind, you're not really saying it, but the thoughts are coming to me. If I'm meant to move again, this is what I hear. Not from your mouth. Maybe your subconscious way in the back says, if I'm meant to move as of now, then why the fuck did I move to Minnesota for? That's a very good question. Subconsciously, it is a very good question. Why are you there? Now, one or two things. You were meant to get away from your problems, from your family. Two, you meant to meet your friends that you did. You did your work. Now it's time for you to move on. Does that hit home? Does that hit home, Amy? I can't hear you. You're on mute.
Oh, sorry about that. Do you see me going anywhere else, like another state?
Honestly, I think with you, since you don't like the heat, I would say that you're probably gonna look for something to where you're somewhere you fit in. And any state, you're gonna feel like you're always gonna feel moved further away because you're gonna have to meet new people, look for new people, you're gonna search your social security, blah blah blah. Now, if you don't want to do that, then you can move a little bit north of Minnesota. Maybe you might find more, something that's reasonable. I really don't want to say that you're in California, but that's probably where you're gonna end up if you cannot find anything that's your needs and within your finances. If it's too much, I can see you going back. That's not what I want for you, though. I feel that you're meant to be there, unless if your duties are done there, then I can see you going back. Now, I did tell you that at one time, I did see that maybe why don't you move to Texas, but then I no, I want to move to Texas. But remember this. Just remember what I said to the beginning of the show. We don't always get what we want. God provides for what we need. It doesn't mean that you don't have the free will to make your choice, but God knows where you're meant to be. And that's the problem. How do you know where you're meant to be? Well, I can give you the answer. Connect with God, and He's going to show you the way. Now, if you cannot connect to God for whatever reason, whether if you don't believe in God or if you do, no judgment. That's between you and God. From what I feel is that you're going to know where you're meant to move. It's wherever your heart feels right with.
Okay. Will that be better?
Does that make sense to you?
Yes. Will that be
Just keep
better where I move to?
where
Wherever I go, where the
I
situation
I
is
think it
better.
would be I think it would be better, but it depends on how you deal with climate, whether it's how you deal with it. If were more okay with the heat in California, with the earthquakes and all that, and you didn't like that, then I wouldn't go back. But if you're dealing with the cold, but then you start seeing that everybody's there for you, it's because this is how I see it. It's hard for me to say this because not everybody's that blessed. I think, and this is gonna hit home. If you cry at me, it's okay. Turn your camera off, but do not leave the show. Okay? You ready? Okay.
Yeah.
I feel that you had a better connection with your mom. The way I had with my mom, you would be home right now. And I feel that's what you're lacking. You're lacking a mother-daughter bond, and you don't have that. So since you don't have that, you feel out of place. No matter where the fuck you're gonna go, you're always gonna have that void. It's sad for me to say that to you, but I mean, I just tell you this. I'm not doing this to call you out. No, I'm just seeing it for why. Why did you move to begin with? This is why I'm seeing what you did. And Spirit's not gonna lie to me to tell you just to tell you what you want to hear, because that's not the way I work. Because if that was the case, I wouldn't be on any freaking show. But I'm gonna tell you where it hits, and I'm gonna tell you facts. Now it's up to you if you're ready to hear it or not to hear it. But just know that that's one of the reasons why I think you do what you did. Because you don't want to be around family, and I totally get that. But you do have somebody in your family. But just know that when that person's gone, no matter what you do, that word will never be the same. And I'm not talking about your mom. I'm talking about somebody else, and you know who I'm talking about. As long as he's still here, that bond is always going to be there. But just know, when that time comes, you're going to get a visit from him. It could be any time this year, or sooner than you think. And I think he's gonna be the one that's gonna guide you to make that decision. And he's already getting close to that. Like I don't want to be here. I'm gonna come to you, and I can guarantee you're gonna cry because he's the only person that does love you, even though he did put you through a lot. But that does not mean he doesn't love you. He just didn't want you to see him that way. I can see that from his perspective, but the way he handled it was the wrong way to do it because his own sister is the only one that loved him. And I can tell you right now, without tapping into him, he's not happy. He's not happy at all. I'm actually being told that he I hear Ozzy in my head. Mama, I'm coming home. That means he wants to be this or whoever's up there. He don't want to be here anymore. So just know that when that time comes, if you think you have it bad now, it's gonna hit you hard because you're gonna wish that you felt like you did more. But just know that, like me and Britt told you, you can't help somebody that does not want to be helped. You did your part.
Yeah, you can't fix anybody. That's for sure.
And that hurts for me to say because I can't imagine to live your life. If I had a chance to just see what it feels like to be Amy and Soto, to switch bodies for like a day, I can't imagine what you go through. I just can't imagine. I can probably imagine that, like astral projecting and just seeing what it feels like to be you for a day. But I just can't imagine. But you know what? Even though I can't imagine, but I'm gonna say one thing. You're a very strong and independent woman that I do see. And no matter what God throws your way, He can give you something that you can't handle. Just believe in yourself, and that's the biggest message I got for you tonight.
Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome. Do you have any messages for our Tess?
Is this the same filler? I don't know. I feel like this guy's been around for a while and perhaps he has grown. Like that is a possibility. But I don't know. Life is too short not to be happy. And if you're not happy, move on. It's just hard to move on when you are used to something. You know, you've been with something for so many years. And it's a part of you, basically. It's hard at a point if you're ready to get rid of it, to get rid of it. But I don't know. If you're happy, I would say stay with it. If not, be honest with your feelings and let them know how you feel. And you guys can remain like friends and roommates or just be without each other forever. But it's really up to you. Like, are you really happy? Are you content? How do you feel? That's how I feel because I don't know, like right now, during this whole thing, I'm just getting a feeling of I'm so sick and tired of this. And maybe he has grown, but has he really? You know, I don't know. I'm getting a weird feeling in my stomach, but
No, it's fine.
it's totally up to you. And like I said, the mind can tell you what you want, what you need, but the heart is there. The heart wants what the heart wants. It can lead you astray. It could send you in circles for the longest time. You just got to be real with yourself. What do you want? What do you want to do? Because we're not promised tomorrow. And
yeah, just make the best of life.
I just don't have a positive feeling for the future as far as this goes. Yes, this person might have changed, but it might be too late for any of that, really. Because after a while, you feel the way you feel, you know? So I don't know. I don't really know.
It's just hard when you said that too. Yes, because I take it hard, like too. a part of me went. Will I ever be the same?
Mhm.
No. But I still have business here. I have people to help. But I think when I do these type of shows, or when I talk to you, Tess, or I talk to Amy, or whoever I talk to, it's a reminder of why I'm still here. It brings tears to my eyes sometimes off the shows, but it is, and life is not easy.
And we
And
got
no matter what anybody, go ahead.
yeah, I'm sorry.
What were you gonna say?
I was just saying, Laura wasn't really resonating with the last thing that we were telling her, so I told her we could get back with her again. But go ahead and finish with what you were saying for Amy, because
I just think that things will be better. You're gonna feel like whatever choice you make, you're gonna feel like in your heart that it's not right. But sometimes,
self-doubt. Yeah, that's a hard one.
sometimes it's gonna be self-doubt, a lot of self-doubt. But you just gotta remember one thing: life is a risk, and that's in everything we do. Like we go play scratches, see if we win money. That's a risk. You move somewhere else. That's a risk. You want to be adventurous and jump off a plane. That's a risk.
If you want to
Going
cross the
travel with a
street,
friend.
that's a risk.
It's a risk. Going to the groceries. That's a risk. So in life in general, it's a risk no matter what you do. But I will say the best thing I can give you, live it like it's your last day. And that's the best advice I can give you. Because I can tell you we're going to move. I can more or less guess. But you don't have to do it for me. You don't have to do it for what feels right. If you want to feel loved by people that you know that care, then you're going to be as close as you can to your friends. Because that's what you're going to have that. But if you feel like that's not right, don't do it for anybody else. Do it for you. Do it for you. And then honestly, self-doubt to me, I deal with that shit every day. I ask myself why. Why did you do this to me? But that's just the human part of me. But now that I look at it and analyze why my mom was taken away, I see a lot of ways, a lot of reasons. Maybe she was meant to see things better up there than when she was down here. Maybe she needed to see like how much they really care for her, but she wouldn't see it down here. She'll see it up there. There's many different reasons. But just remember, like Tessa said, there's a reason for everything. And I really believe that because that was always my saying. Even if the reason hurts. And honestly, and this is for everybody, including myself, follow what your heart says. Your brain might tell you this, but your heart is going to tell you, your heart will mostly tell you sometimes, mostly the truth. It's just, are you ready for the truth? That's what the bigger thing is. Because your mind and your heart will play tricks on you, but you gotta know what you gotta listen to. It's like the devil here and the angel here. And same scenario. But just know that whatever choice you make, don't do it for anybody else. Do it for what makes you happy. Find your happiness.
And I think, people are like, what's the meaning of life? And I've pondered this forever because I had to grow up really fast and stuff. And from what I understand, the meaning of life is to find happiness, whether it's within you, within the world around you, etc. And also love each other as you would want to be loved. Like we need to stick together, help each other, try not to judge. Like it's really hard not to judge, but to be here for each other. But definitely take care of you and what you need and what you want. And it's really hard when you grow up victimized and stuff to not be a people pleaser, because that's what we learned. We got to please people in order to get attention and things like that. We got to learn to live for ourselves and build on ourselves before we build on other people. Because if we keep going the route we've gone, there's not going to be anything left of us to give. So you got to have that self-love. And like I said, I just have this feeling on my stomach, like, yes, I love you, but it's a different kind of love at this point. And there is happiness out there beyond this person. If you're still not, or you're just not feeling it anymore, not still, but just not, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, definitely look out for number one, which is you. And if you did love this person at a certain time, but you love them in a different way now, it's okay, you know? And hopefully he'd understand, but I just feel like let it go before it's too late, you know? And we don't want to hurt other people. That's a big thing for us too. We don't want to hurt other people. We just want to make them happy. It'll be okay, you know? And both of you will be happier soon. It's a hard one.
It is.
Yeah.
And all this some finances.
Yeah, it's hard, but I think is that we just gotta face the fact that life is not
That's what I
going
was
to be fair. Life is not
Yeah,
going to be
that's-
fair.
Yeah. That's what my dad used to say. That ain't fair. Well, life ain't fair. But I do understand the finances, and that's why at the very beginning I said you guys can still remain friends and roomies or whatever, but I don't think it's at the level that it was supposed to be before. And you can't force stuff, but things happen.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Okay, I got
And then
it.
Laura or Lauren?
Laura? Yeah, she was just wanting a general reading. And she said the last one didn't resonate with her. So I did one in the meantime, and I don't know if it's going to mean anything, but I'll try while Chris is doing his shuffling and stuff. So what I got is her, I believe it could be her, the Queen of Swords, subversion. She's coldly beautiful, and she's perceptive and a confident and diplomat. She can become treacherous if thwarted. There is now opportunity to demolish rational edifices to allow intellectual energy to guide us during times of deep reflection. But this one is upside down. So I feel like we were talking about before, self-doubt. You have self-doubt. Am I right about the situation I'm going through? Am I making the right steps, etc., etc.? Yeah, when things are flipped upside down, it's really hard to rationalize exactly what's going on. And I feel like life is really intense right now. So you got to approach things with skepticism and determination, double check things, interpretations, assumptions, take everything into account. Are you seeking the right path at this time? Are you confused or misled? Whatever. Let go of things, like I was saying before with Amy. Let go of things. Quit trying to rationalize and stuff. You could be misled by linear thinking. Like you could just go in circles with this stuff, really. But let go and allow your instincts to pick the direction that you're going. Your actions and everything like that will reflect your destiny. What's meant to be is meant to be. So, yeah. And then there could be a feller in her life, or it could just be evolution, like she's trying to evolve. But there's a lot of things in her way. But if there is a man in her life, he's not very proactive, you know. Maybe he likes playing games a lot or whatever, but he is strong in his will and things like that. But he's not very practical or capable of managing himself or things that he needs or wants. So he puts a lot of that on you if this person is there. higher state of being. You're looking for a higher state of being, but like I said, things are flipped all upside down and around, and you're just not sure where to go at this point. You can simplify things, or the worst situation by working things out on a pragmatic level, but yeah, don't give up. You, like I said, with the instincts, you know what you want, you know what you need, and it's just hard to do that sometimes.
Wow.
Yeah, he could,
So,
like I said, he could be into gaming and stuff like that, but here, let me look back at this really quick. Go ahead,
I'm
Chris,
doing
with what
this.
you're saying.
No, I was doing these cards for somebody just to get a second opinion about something else about besides the finances. But I saw um that the first card that came out was a strength card, and this is on the alien deck. The hermit card is for seeking truth, where to go.
That's what I said. Yeah,
The
and she
star
said, been with
card.
my hubby for 18 years, love him to death, but he needs to step up. And that's what I was saying. Like, he's messing around. He's upside down. He could be, holy shnikes, evolutionized, but he's upside down. He's like not being a capable manager. He's not being strong. He's not helping you out with stuff. He's not being conventional, steadfast, or persevering in the workforce. I don't know. I feel you there. He needs to step up. He needs to help you out. We're supposed to be partners, right? So let's do that. Sometimes that's the hardest thing to get past because we all grow up differently. We all have different beliefs. And 18 years is a long time. Like, I've been with my fella for about 22 years now. Um, 24, I think, actually, because we were together for a while, then we got married. But try to work through it. Sometimes you can't, and you can't, like I said, you can't change someone. But go ahead, Chris. That was the end of my thingy.
No, I was just thinking about a lot of stuff. It's just like
Yeah,
we wonder we're just unsure of our path. Some of us wonder why we're still here.
right. Or why are we still doing this? It's been
Yeah.
how long? Why are you still doing this? I'm
Yeah.
not a quitter, is what I keep hearing, because that's what I would say. I'm not a quitter. I'm not going to give up.
You know what's funny? There was one time, Tess, if you want to know how bad I was, you would have messaged me private and be like, "Boy, you better not do that shit." That's how bad I was. Amy can tell you, I was already. I messaged her and I was at my lowest, and that was maybe
Mhm.
about 2 weeks ago.
I would say it's been for a long time, Chris, and I feel like you're on a sort of wave thing, up and down, up and down. And a lot of it has to do with your mom because your mom was like your corner piece. She was the main part of your life, and then you lost your mom. Like, what the hell? It's like taking the rug out from underneath you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I just had no choice to grow up, and I did. And now it's like my turn, as everybody says, to live my life. But my question was always like, how do I continue? Where do I go from here? And the only answer was, look what's in front of you. Greg was here, Amy was here, some other friends that I just, they're my clients. And I just looked at it and I said, I kept hearing, make your mom proud. I just kept hearing that.
You do. You do. And you always have. Even before she was gone, you made her proud. She was just there to assist you because that's what moms do.
Yeah, because that's what I think you got to talk to her a few times too, I remember. And I was just thinking back of everything that I've done. And I just thought, like, where do I go from here? And everybody a lot of people I ain't gonna lie, a lot of people I have lost due to being deceived, but they were meant to be around me, even my own flesh and blood. And now I have
Yeah,
more friends in my family. That's sad. It really is, you know.
it's we're in dark times right now, so things are not right. Things are
Yeah.
catastrophic,
You know,
unoriented,
so,
upside down, and
yeah,
all around. Doesn't
yeah.
make sense.
And that's why I think a lot of us have different parts of our life that seem unfulfilled. Like Amy feels like she's worried about finances, but outside of that, I don't think it's just finances. There's a lot of secrets that she's holding, and it's okay. I think that's just
And
the tip of the iceberg, but I think there's more of like with her feeling love, and she hasn't found that love that she has. Because I've been read her, other people
she's
have
gonna
read,
find her love in the weirdest place. She's gonna be like, "No way, this ain't
yeah,
even real." She's
and
gonna
I
laugh
think
at it and be like,
because
"That's so
because
stupid."
all the different readers, all the different readers have described the same guy, and the thing is that where is he at, you know? And the thing is that I don't know why, but I have a feeling that he's in the most odd place you wouldn't think. It's just gotta connect to him. But you're thinking, how do I connect to him? Where is he at? Follow your intuition. You gotta you trust yourself like we trust in you. I trust in you because you've helped me through a lot of dark times. Now it's time to help Amy in her dark times.
We
And
gotta help
I
each
can
other,
tell
and
you,
that's what I'm saying. We gotta help each other out, lift each other up, use your gifts. If you're raised in religion or whatever, don't listen to the BS where they're like, you're not supposed to um, be able to relevate or revelate, like reveal things. You're not supposed to be able to see these things. God gives you
oh
gifts for a
my
reason.
God.
And man saying you're not supposed to do that is man just trying to mute your power. It's not okay. You're supposed to use that. On that note, I'm
Oh,
going to hit the head because we didn't take the second break, but I'll be right back.
I just got up looking. Oh my God. She just hit something
Right.
on that one. She just hit
Nail on
something.
the head.
You remember what that post about the post about me posting what I saw, or right when I posted it, they all got saying, "Don't be saying, cut yourself from social media, and don't be talking to others." Why? And you know what really hit me is what Tessa just said.
yes.
But since we're gonna go on our break,
My phone's
Tessa,
about to die, so I'm going to say goodbye now. Before battery runs out, I'm like on 1%. So
okay, well
I
then,
will talk to
okay,
you
well
guys
then I'm gonna
later.
call you after the show so me and you can talk.
Okay.
But sorry, we'll talk
Thank you,
then.
thank you, thank you. Thank you,
And
Tessa. Thank you, Chris.
you're welcome.
Okay. We'll talk later.
Bye, bye.
Bye.
no. Where'd everybody go? You're muted, Chris, so I can't hear you.
She had to leave because she was at 1%.
Because what?
Her phone was at 1%.
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
Yeah,
but yeah,
she-
Laura was also saying, because she was hearing you talk about your mom and stuff. She said, "Are you serious? Really? I was going to ask if it was okay to say something about a mother passing away. I'm dead serious, but didn't know if it was my place to say." And that's how I feel a lot of times. Like, okay, so I was saying people come up to you and they tell you their deepest, darkest secrets or their problems, their issues, etc. But sometimes you get that thing in your head that's like, you got to tell this person something. But it takes me at least the fifth or sixth time of that going through my head to get the courage to do it, because I always feel like it's not my place.
yeah,
yeah.
but not everybody will like what you say depending on how you say it too.
Exactly. That's why I don't say it. It takes me at least 4 or 5 times of whoever that is telling me that to say it, because is that just me? Am I cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? Like, what's going on? I am cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but
Yeah, but that was a good. I'm glad that Amy came on because she's been through a lot, and I could tell that she was emotional when we touched on that stuff. But like you said,
yes, I can just feel it. Like I said, it was making me feel icky in my stomach.
And it's hard because we do ask, like, why are we here? And that's not always good to ask, but it's just human nature.
Yeah. Well, that's been the question for so many people for how many lifetimes? Like, what is my purpose? Why am I here? And we all go through times when you don't want to be here anymore. It just hurts to be here. Well, you're here for a reason. And I am not proud to admit it, but in my past, as a teenager, I did try to end myself several times. The third time was a charm. After that, I was like, I'm obviously meant to be here for some reason. And that's why I'm still here bugging everybody.
Sometimes you just don't realize that you have precious life, because life is precious, but as humans we don't think about it because we've suffered since we were young, and then some of us suffer when we're older. Just different parts of the life stages that we suffer. We lose somebody, or we lose even losing a pet. It's painful for people, but
pets are family, seriously.
But you just don't know anymore. I just think everything it's hard. Like, you just really don't understand why. And it's not, and I do feel that we will join everybody when we're meant to go. And then you will be missed too. But I just seem like the more that every year comes along, it's like everybody's going through something different. Some people go through finances, some people go through finding love.
Yeah, we're all going through finances right now. Unless you're rich.
Yeah, and it's hard because you just don't know. You really don't know. It kind of is depressing because you want to find happiness. And sometimes, you know what? Some people even die not finding that happiness because they're so heartbroken. But it's just, I don't think it was meant to happen. I just think that some people just have a hard time with pain. Not everybody can deal with pain.
Well, yeah, and I've had friends take their lives and stuff, and these people are like the most precious, like, light-filled individuals that I've ever met. Like, they just exude happiness and life and things like that, and then they're gone. It's like, why did that happen? And people automatically, due to religion and things like that, think, well, this person unalive themselves, so therefore they're going to hell. That is not true. There is a special place in heaven for tortured souls. and we're all tortured, but there's certain people that it's just fall after fall after fall after fall. What's the point, you know? And I can totally understand that. Or you have mental illness and that happens. Like there's so many different variations of things that could happen to put you in that place. It's really hard. It's really sad. Life is really freaking hard these days. Wherever you live, life is hard. Everywhere. Unless you're somewhere where life has not touched you, like one of those other islands where nobody's allowed to go except for the indigenous people.
Mm-hmm. And some people might have it harder than us, and we just don't see it because we're not living their life. You know,
Everything
just
looks
me.
pristine from the outside.
Yeah, and that is true. That is very true what you said. But it's just depressing how we all have questions, but we won't find out until God tells us. You know, you've done what you were here for.
Mhm.
Now it's time for you to go.
Yeah,
You know,
don't question your gifts. Like you didn't, maybe some people do, but as a child, you didn't seek out witchcraft or seeing or communicating with spirits and things like that. That is your God given gift. And Chris, years ago, I've had falling out with people. I'm no longer friends with people because they're like, well, God given gift, whatever. It is. It's a God given gift. If you have the ability to read people or help people or see certain things, it's not that you went out and practiced it and gained this power or whatever. You were born with it basically. It's a genetic thing, really.
mm-hmm. And you find it very hard because people judge you for that. You know, and that's one thing that was when I first started. I was afraid of being judged, but then as time went on, I just said, you know what, I'm not here to please them. I'm here to help. And sometimes not everybody can do that because some people just have that fear of rejection, fear of wanting to be friends with everyone, or they want to fit into that one crowd and they get close to them, then they find out who they are, then they don't want to talk to them because of their gifts or their religious beliefs. It's just, and then you're like, why did you put me through this? People ain't gonna accept you, bro. There could be lessons why. You just stop. Sorry, my cat's was scratching that thing. Anyways,
Well, we're
but
at the last, I think, 4 minutes of our Spreaker episode. Actually, 3 minutes and 15 seconds. So, do you want to tell people how to contact you or where to get their
well, they
readings,
can,
etc.?
yeah, well, they can reach me at Psychic28 on TikTok. They can also reach me at the cell phone 210-974-3470. Again, 210-974-3470. You can actually text me and let me know who you are, and then we can go from there. You can reach me in my email, garcia187bluelove@gmail.com. Or you can find me Chris, Psychic Garcia, or just Chris Garcia. If you can have multiple friends and you can find me, you can find me there. But you can find me on TikTok, Psychic28. And thank you, Tessa, for having me on as always.
No worries. I'm so glad that you contacted me to do another show because I don't know. I haven't been bugging people because I feel overwhelmed to the point
Yeah.
where I'm limiting my time around certain people. I can't do it. I can't be around energy vampires anymore. I can't help certain people because that's all they do. They're energy vampires. I'm not saying everybody that needs help are energy vampires, but seriously, I've had to cut stuff off, and it makes me feel horrible because, like I said, throughout my life, I've been a people pleaser, and that's just a difficult thing for me, you know?
Yeah, I totally get it, and I'm glad we had a good show. And then we can do another one, but we'll give it about a week, and then we'll talk again. Night.
Sweet. Well, thanks, Chris. Night, night, live a night, brother.
Night. Night.
And And thank you so much once again for coming on, hanging out, and chatting in the chat room tonight. It was awesome to have you, to have Chris on. Oh, it's a pleasure hanging out and helping each other. Seriously, thank you to all my friends out there, wherever you may be, listening beyond the Omniverse tonight. I did have an awesome time. It's good to like catch up with people that you know and kind of throw ideas off of each other as to how you're feeling and what you're seeing, etc. Because I feel like I'm crazy a lot of times. Like, I can't believe you just said that, but it's real, it's true. So don't be afraid, and let's help each other out with this, because together we are stronger. So don't forget, we are all in this together. Together we can make the world better, and together, my friends, we are Paradox Media, or we are us. We are human beings trying to just get along, and without you, there is no us. We all gotta keep together. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Tomorrow night we have story time with me, TessaTNT. We finished our Stephen King book, so we might do some Reddit ghost stories. We might pick up another book. It's really hard to say at this point. Let me know in the chat what you'd like to do. But night, love and light. Take care of my use.